Japan's men's national team is living its greatest era. Calm, composed, and relentlessly intelligent. A generation of players raised not in academies, but in classrooms, lecture halls, and clubhouses.
Over a third of Japan's 2022 World Cup squad did not play in pro academies, but came up through high school and university football.
Their football reflects something distinctly Japanese, a blend of discipline, humility, and tactical precision. This is not a coincidence. It's the result of a century-long experiment to build a football culture that mirrors the national character.
So, what is this experiment? And does it mean Japan no longer needs professional football academies? Well, the answer, as with everything, is nuanced.
Before there was the J.League, there was the university. Waseda and Keio, academic rivals who became football pioneers. They won early Emperor's Cups, fielded future national team players, and defined what Japanese football would stand for: discipline and collective effort. Matches were treated as academic contests, a battle of minds as much as legs. Players trained like scholars, precise, structured, reflective. Every pass was part of a plan, every movement rehearsed. This was football as a moral education. The values were the same ones prized in Japanese life: study hard, work together, show respect, stay humble. University football then wasn't just sport, it was a statement of identity. The game was played in harmony with wa, the ancient Japanese ideal of peace, balance, and unity. After the war, Japan rebuilt itself, and so did its football. Factories and corporations became the new temples of discipline. From Mitsubishi and Toyota to Yomiuri and Hitachi, the post-war game was built on company loyalty. Players were employees first, footballers second. They trained after work, played on weekends, and wore the company's name across their chest. The football then echoed corporate Japan: hierarchical, loyal, and efficient. A Russian coach in Japan in the 1960s called Japanese players technically obedient, eager to learn, but lacking improvisation. He was right, but also missed the point. For Japan, obedience wasn't weakness, it was order. Improvisation would and could come later, once the structure was secure. When Arsene Wenger arrived at Nagoya Grampus 8 in 1995, he found players who were, quote, technically perfect, but afraid to take initiative. He admired their discipline, their commitment to wa, but urged them to think for themselves. The ball, he said, is your teacher. Wenger's time in Japan shaped his own philosophy, that intelligence and creativity could coexist within structure. In a way, he was describing Japan itself. At the heart of it all is wa, harmony. It runs through Japanese life like a quiet current, in art, in nature, in the workplace, and, most importantly for our purposes, in football. Wa means choosing the group over the self, the system over the star, the collective over the individual. The kanji for wa even means Japan itself, and is the oldest known name for Japan. Wa then is more than an idea, it's an identity deeply rooted. Every generation of players carried it, from the disciplined university captains of the 1930s to the humble company men of the 1970s, to today's professionals who bow to fans after every match. It's what makes Japanese football instantly recognizable, selfless, balanced, a national character expressed through the ball. Then came the revolution, In 1993, Japan turned semi-pro company teams into fully professional city-based clubs. The J.League was about more than football. It was about identity and belonging. The old loyalty to the company was replaced by loyalty to the community, geographically defined. Stadiums filled, merchandise sold, kids wore local colours. Football was no longer a corporate hobby, it was a national sport. The rise of clubs like the Urawa Reds showed what this revolution meant to ordinary people. Their supporters spoke of football as something almost spiritual.
Maybe we need to give up being Japanese just a little, the official supporters guidebook said. Unfortunately, the red blood of the race of football supporters did not flow in our ancestors.
It was a confession and a declaration that Japan was ready to feel football as passion, not just discipline. From the factory floor to the fan stand, the game was now shaping national emotion as much as order. One player who could truly think for himself was Hidetoshi Nakata,
perhaps the most gifted of Japan's new generation. He belonged to a cohort that rejected the corporatist work ethic of the post-war years, preferring individuality to conformity and talent to seniority. That defiance came to the surface when Nakata was filmed shouting at veteran striker Kazuyoshi Miura for a mistake, and, more shocking still, addressing him simply as Miura, not Miura-san, with the appropriate suffix of respect. In Japan's senpai-kohai hierarchy, where juniors defer absolutely to seniors, that single omission was heresy. It wasn't just anger, it was a declaration of separation and independence. Respect, Nakata implied, should be earned by merit, not just by age. To older fans, he was arrogant, to younger ones, authentic. The voice of a Japan ready to outgrow its historic obedience. Unsurprisingly, he found Japan a difficult place to play and made his career abroad instead, in Italy and in England, where his self-expression was more valued. At Roma and Parma, he became Japan's first global icon, confident, cultured, and unafraid to stand alone. He embodied the contradiction at the heart of Japanese football, the individual who challenged the system yet carries its discipline within him.
So, the professional game looks complete. Packed stadiums, modern clubs, and superstars sprinkled across European leagues. But Japan's love for the beautiful game runs far deeper than just professional football. This country has a profound connection and affection for the amateur game too, something that continues to shape Japanese football to this day. In Europe, the pathway to success is narrow. Enter a club academy at 12, train full-time, specialize early, debut at 17, or, in most cases, disappear. In Japan, things are a little different. The path remains open. High school and university football still dominate. Each January, millions watch the All Japan High School Soccer Championship. Entire towns rally behind their schools. Young players become heroes long before they even turn professional. It's football as theatre, but also as education. Effort, humility, teamwork, and honour are as important as anyone's skill on the pitch. Keisuke Honda learned that at Seraho High. He wasn't a prodigy, he was a worker. He spoke often about learning discipline and persistence there, something that served him on his tremendous footballing career. Shinji Kagawa of Toyo High followed the same route. He said that school tournaments taught him to respect opponents, teammates, and most importantly, himself. University football continues that tradition. The All Japan University Championship regularly produces players who can compete with professionals. University teams have even beaten J.League clubs in the Emperor's Cup. It's not a second tier. but rather a parallel system that values maturity over haste. This is known as the academic route, a journey defined by Bumbu Ryodo, the Japanese cultural value of balancing study with sport. Students develop as athletes, yes, but also as thinkers. If football fails, a degree offers a future. If football succeeds, they arrive wiser for it. Take Kaoru Mitoma. Before becoming a Premier League star, he chose to complete his degree at Tsukuba University. His thesis was, obviously, on dribbling, a study of how movement and psychology affects defenders. He delayed his pro debut to finish that work, and today his intelligence on the ball reflects it. Or consider Hidemasa Morita, another university graduate. He entered the professional game later than most Europeans, but within a few years was excelling at Sporting Lisbon. Calm, balanced, tactically aware, the perfect example of Bumbu Ryodo in motion. Japanese football doesn't produce overnight stars, it produces fully formed people. For decades, this academic route was seen as the poor cousin to the professional academy. Too slow, too traditional, too academic. But that perception has changed, and the proof is on the pitch. University graduates now fill the J.League and increasingly the national team. Their late debuts are offset by maturity, decision-making, and humility. Mitoma and Morita aren't then outliers. They are the logical outcome of a system built on patience. Japan's success shows that education-based development can coexist with elite sport. It reflects the national belief that wisdom and skill should grow together. The strength of Japanese football then lies in its diversity of paths. There isn't just one way to succeed, there are many. High school, university, club academies, all coexist. The system rewards the late developer but prevents burnout. It keeps the amateur spirit alive, respect, humility, teamwork. But there are challenges too. Players debut later, which can widen the physical gap with their European counterparts. Some critics, both in Japan and abroad, argue for earlier specialization. Others defend the balance as a foundation of Japanese style. This debate between education and professionalism, tradition and modernity, is the essence of Japan's football evolution. In the end, Japanese football mirrors the nation itself. From the universities came discipline and intellect, from the company teams, loyalty and unity, from the J.League, pride and identity, and from it all, a spirit of quiet determination. Players like Nakata, Honda, Kagawa, Morita and Mitoma carry that lineage forward, each one a bridge between study and sport, tradition and ambition, discipline and creativity. The secret of Japan's success is not in shedding its national character, but perfecting it. Japanese football shows that harmony, not rebellion, can be revolutionary. The story of Japanese football isn't then just about copying Europe. It's about refining what was already there. Discipline, teamwork, and education. The academic route was not some historic relic. It was a reflection of the national character, yes, in the past, but also in the present and in the future. And it's shaping the greatest team that this nation has ever known. Thanks. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.